Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have RPP 14 years extraordinary congress of the 40th anniversary of the creations of the party. For international scene, Kenya inflation rate fails for February. Welcome to our newsroom. The RPP blows today its 40th candle in the 40th anniversary of its creations, March 4. In 1979, in Dakhil, the popular gathering for progress concluded the festivity, which began on February 21, 2019, and which led to the departures of the RPP's flag, which has circumnavigated the region of the interior of the countries, and which tonight must arrive at Guled Stadium. Will be held a major ceremony that will be broadcast live on radio and television. On the occasions of the celebrations of the 40th anniversary, the RPP held this morning an extraordinary congress at the People's Palace. Congress Congress, which gathered beside the congressmen, the leaders of the parties, of which the President of the Republic, the First Lady of the countries, the President of UNFD, distinguished guests of the parties composed of the parties of Ethiopia, EPRDF, the Kulmiye parties of Somaliland, RPF Inkotani of Rwanda, Jibile Tuko Pamoza, the Communist Parties of the People's Republic of China, and an audience of activists from all over the countries and the UNP coalitions. On his arrival, the President of the Republic and President of the party, Ismail Omar Guelleh, accompanied the visit different stand annexes before entering the great hall of the palace hosted by the troop on 4 March. The party RPP celebrating in color for the 40th years of its existence with his political family. This Congress was an opportunity to take stock of achievements of this political family during its 40th years of existence, but also to narrow the ranks among the grassroots activists and senior management of the country's oldest party. The Secretary General of the RPP party, Mr. Ilyas Musa Dawale, has in his speech recalled that the political fight only makes sense if it leads to the satisfaction of the needs of the population and the consolidation of the nation. We listen to it.
Conscient du travail accompli, je tiens à
Aware
exprimer
of the work accomplished, I wish to express here my gratitude to the organizing committee of the commemorative festivities of the 40th anniversary of the Popular Rally for Progress, headed by Vice President Abdul Qadir Kamil. The party realized above all on the capacity of its internal body to federate, to mobilize, to serve as relay between the base and the direction, and to maintain the flame of the hope. The roles of all day to schedules are plentiful throughout the country to celebrate this great holiday, and we congratulate them on all the work that has been done and all the activities that have been organized. For 40 years, this party has neither failed nor weakened. Shown herself worthy of their mission, they have distinguished themselves by their activism. In the society, they have served with great dedication. Dear Congressman, at the time we celebrate, allow me to pay tribute once again to our pioneers in the sense of responsibility was as much greater than the hate, this anonymity to put aside their divergence to act hand in hand and serve the supreme interest of Djibouti nation.
The presidents of the UNP coalition parties, including the FRUD, PSD, UPR, congratulate the party president for his leadership and his tireless effort to have always been the spearhead of materialize the aspirations of his people. Listen to that.
Occasion of this extraordinary Congress of the RPP, which coincides with the celebration of the 40th anniversary of your party, it is nice for me to present you with a notion of solidarity support for my personal name, and not for the FRUD militants. The later join me to wish you success and progress on this occasion. We salute for his exemplary era at the end of the party, that of the state. Today we are here on this festive day to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the oldest RPP party. 40 years have cultivated peace in a region plagued by civil war. Progress in socio-economic development continuously has worked fully in social cohesion and the preservation of national unity.
The representative of the Front Party who came from Ethiopia, he said he's proud to be there to participate in this great festivity with our brothers of Djibouti. Listen to him.
Years of struggle and deliberation, RPP has achieved a tremendous achievement in transforming the living condition of Djibouti people. It is the progress nature of RPP that enables RPP to sustain the leadership for the last 40 years. The RPP, with its committed leadership, has able to transcend the most challenging issues of political parties to continuously reform policies based on emerging new situations and realities of the world in general and Djibouti in particular.
The Ethiopian Minister of Defense, Engineer Aisha Mohammed, spoke on behalf of the National Afar Development Party, member of the EPRDF coalitions of Ethiopia. She presented her best regard to the President of the Republic and President of the party, Ismail Omar Gelle, the First Lady, Ms. Khadra Mahmoud Haid, and to the Prime Ministers and Vice President of RPP, Mr. Abdul Qadir Kamil, and all the Djiboutian officials and invite and all members of the party RPP for the festivity of the 40th anniversary. Ms. Aisha Mohammed said that the two countries, Ethiopia and Djibouti, are not only neighbors with the same peoples on both sides of the border who share the same values, ticket and the language inherit from colonialism separate us. The RPP party is a great political formation that has always been at the service of the people of Djibouti for the last 14 years. And we are confident that the RPP will continue its effort for development and progress in the future, she said. The political parties of the Horn of Africa must work together to find the ways and means of development of peoples in this part of the world. She made a commitment that the National Development Party, INDP, she heads in the Afar regions of Ethiopia is willing to work with the RPP and UNP coalition parties. Mr. Ahmed Shide, Minister of Finance and Economic Cooperation of Ethiopia, addressed the extraordinary Congress of the RPP parties on behalf of the Somali Party of the Somali regions of Ethiopia to extend warm congratulations to the President and the First Lady of the Djiboutian authorities and to all the members of RPP for the extraordinary Congress and the occasions of the 40th anniversaries of this party. For us, it is a great opportunity to participate in this Congress, and we consider that the RPP has proven itself for several years. We do not consider that the RPP has been made a lot of achievements, especially to preserve the peace and to initiate a better development for the Djiboutian people. These parties was an opportunity, was an important actors for the peace in the region of the Horn of Africa. In Djibouti, the party is implementing a policy of development of the people thanks to the extending visions of the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Magele, who congratulate him on the occasions of this extraordinary Congress for the 40th anniversaries of the RPP party. Regarding relations between Ethiopia and Djibouti, the two countries have achieved exemplary economic integration in many areas beneficial to the two peoples and of Ethiopia and Djibouti. The representative of the Chinese Communist Party greeted the President of the Republic and the entire Djiboutian people for the celebrations of the 40th anniversaries of their great political party, which is RPP. And he recalled that the Chinese Communist Party closely follows the development of the Republic of Djibouti, both economically and politically, and hope that the leaders of the RPP will continue to work together to move forward to build these beautiful countries. The representative of the Rwanda's party greeted the President of the Republic and the entire Djiboutian people for the celebrations of this 40th anniversary of RPP. Listen to it.
Celebrating the 40th anniversary of RPP. Celebrating 40 years of existence of your party, it is a clear indication the policy of RPP has addressed the needs and aspirations of the people of Djibouti. The competitive politics in which RPP has featured prominently for 40 years is a clear testimony of its popularity across the country. Indeed, this has translated into a stable and prosperous and peaceful country. Good policies of your political party and the country are not only inward-looking, but you have also opened up for good diplomatic and political relations with the countries and political parties of the region and beyond.
The representative of Kulmiye party from Somaliland greeted the President of the Republic, the entire Djiboutian people for the celebrations of the 40th anniversaries of their great political formation, which is the RPP, and he recalled that the Kulmiye party closely follows the development of the Republic of Djibouti, both economically and politically, and hope that the leaders of the RPP will continue to work together to move forward to build this beautiful country. For his part, the president of the organization committee and vice president of RPP, Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, said he is proud to lead this Congress organization. It's more detailed with report.
Nous célébrons aujourd'hui le 40e anniversaire de...
This celebration is for us as a duty of memory to restore a tracking through time since that date of March 4th, 1979. Where this party was born in the Kill. More than a party, it was an overall movement that was to be driven by the will and commitment of our elders in the front of which the father of the nation, El-Haji Hassan Guled Abtidon, and the Prime Minister of time, Mr. Barkhat Gurad Mahamadou, may God have pity on their soul, and many others preserve the cohesion of the Djibouti people and national unity in a context still the legacy of colonization. We know today that this noble design was accomplished, even though the fight for unity remains undoubtedly a permanent responsibility that challenges all of our fellow RPP as much who inherited all the national sensibilization had from the beginning, opted for open inclusion orientation to the national community in its diversity, or the whole retains a vital role. This is a societal plan that is the foundation of the political agenda of the party of the president. As much of the irreversible political conquest, a significant economic progress of which the measure cannot be failed, it is of course necessary to put all its evolution to the credit of you, Mr. President, and the President of the Republic.
The President of the Republic and President of RPP Party, Ismail Omar Gelle, took the floor, and in his address he thanked the entire honorable guests who came from outside like Ethiopia, Somalia, Rwanda and China. Listen to the head of state.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, before I continue, allow me to say a few words to those of you from brotherly countries who have graciously accepted our invitation to this momentous event in our party's history. As you know, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of our party, the RPP, which stands for the values its name embodies. It is the party of Rassemblement, which stands for unity and bringing people together regardless of their difference, as you call Madame Mer. It is popular in the sense that it is for the people and by the people. And lastly, it stands for progress and has thus been at the forefront of economic transformation and social change. Those values that have held us together for 40 years are as true today as they were on that day in March 79, when our leaders founded our party in a barely independent country in the face of adversity and despite all the naysayers who were plotting our demise. I am proud to say that we have stood the test of time simply because the values we have built out our party on have shielded us from the dangers of division, sectarism, and helped us to build a peaceful environment far from the turbulence which often agitated our region. The sense of urgency that animated our founders then is still here today as we continue to put our country above all else and guard our unity. Because we know that united we prosper and divided we fall. We remain the party that leaves no one behind, that rebukes sectarian politics, continues to be steadfast in our quest for prosperity and social progress. I am here today to say that we are as committed as ever to our values and principles and will always be putting ourselves to this great country first.
The President of the Republic, Ismail Margelle, addressing delegates, he said, I think today, you know what the RPP and values they have always defended since its inception. What the party has accomplished during these 40 years is visible to all. Listen to the head of state once again.
Congressistiga oranaya Rassemblement populaire pour le progrès wixii uu yahay haddeed in la garanayaan u malaynaya in uu waayeel yahay.
I am now addressing to the participants of the Congress. I think today you know the RPP and its values. They have always defended since its inception. What the party has accomplished during these 40 years is visible to all. Those who will take the torch must be ready today to continue the work. These young people with whom we worked side by side, who saw what we accomplished as defending the homeland, working for the well-being of our population, the development of the country. You must be ready. You must be in sync with the change and mutation that the world knows. Have very good relations with the rest of the world. These are the spots that have been left to us by our elders, and today you have to take over. As the president of the RPP party, it is our duty to fight for national unity and cohesion. If there is no unity, that is where all the problems begin. Without peace, without national unity, there can no be development. Trust must be the foundation, and love for the country must be above all. It is for all this reason that RPP exists after so many years, because the RPP party has materialized the national unity, the cohesion, the peace, made palpable the development that we see today. Tribalism has no place in our party. We all work for the development of our country. There is always a red line to go through when it comes to our party. As the saying goes, those who eat a little stay together for life. How did you exist for 40 years? Ask us the people. By what miracle have you survived the times and change that the world knows? We tell them, by the grace of the Almighty and by living together. That was the very DNA of our party. We must continue in this way to unite, to work together towards the same direction, that is only towards progress. This is even the three words which are the core of our party.
After the speeches of the officials, the president of the party, Ismail Margelle, gave medals to the militants who were rewarded for their merits and their patriotic bravery. They have to work for the political struggles. In the struggles that the RPP carried out, they were the actors of the history of their country. We finally gathered some feedback from the participants. Here is their talk.
In order to celebrate the 40th anniversary of this party, really this party gives us everything. It works about the importance of the youth. So it is the time that this party, give the chance to the to the youth. So we are very happy for what this party did, and is something which is very concrete that everyone can see it. Today we are thanks to our fathers, which give us this good inherit for this party. We are really very glad what they did and the good things that they did, and the father or the president of this party, His Excellency President Ismail Margole, he's a big friend, a good friend of the youth. He every time encourage and keep up to the youth to work from the country, without forgetting Her Excellency the First Lady of this country, Madam Khadra Haid, who is every time work, give the opportunity to the ladies. So thank you very much. You are thank you.
For the international scene, in Kenya's inflation rate fell for the month of February, a relief for Kenya's economy. The inflation rate in this East African country fell to 4% in February. January's inflation was set up at 4.7%. This drop is due to the drop in prices of staple food, according to the statistics from the National Office of Statistics of Kenya. Prices of cornmeal, spinach and tomatoes fell by 13%, and respectively positive increase were more positive for Kenya, with the transport index also down 0.5%. The decline is supported by lower prices for gasoline and diesels at the pump. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us.